There's nothing that people love more than Instagram magic, which is why when I'm perusing Instagram, I like to see some good quality tricks. I like to go, scroll through the feed, as the kids like to say, and then see if there's anything interesting in the world of magic. And guess what? It just so happens that I saw a beautiful yet simple effect by a magician named DKMAGICIAN on Instagram, who reached out to me and said, "Hey, Pig Cake, can I..." And I said no, because honestly, I don't have the stamina, and also in my advanced age, I can't do the things that I used to when I was younger. However, he did also ask me to put a video on my channel of him explaining the effect. And I, of course, graciously agreed, because I think it's a beautiful effect. I think it's a simple effect. And you'll see now in his explanation that he does a wonderful job explaining it. So without any further delay, here is DKMAGICIAN showing his effect called Split.
Hey, what's up guys, it's DKMAGICIAN here, and I'd like to say thank you to Pig Cake for allowing me to come on his channel and do this tutorial. What you guys are going to be learning today is not necessarily a trick, but a series of moves and techniques that I've combined into one coherent routine that I like to call Split. It's my most popular video on Instagram to date, and today, you guys are going to learn exactly how it's done. So without further ado, let's get into the tutorial for Split. So the split routine is defined by 4 key sections. There's the first split, the first reform, the second split, and the second reform. We're going to go over each of those parts individually, and then we're going to put them all together into one. So first, let's talk about the first split. To begin the first phase, you're going to want to have the ace, 2, and 3 of any suit on top of the deck. I prefer to use the clubs, but we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video. And you're going to want them in descending order just like this, so that the 3 is on the very bottom of the packet. With those cards on top of the deck, you're ready to start the first stage. The first step, of course, is to get a triple, just like that. And you're going to want to hold the break under the triple after you get it, because the next step is to use your thumb of the hand that's holding the deck to pivot the 3 on top of the edge, just like this. So you're going to take it and place it just above the center of the card and use it to pivot it up while turning away from the spectator in order to avoid flashing the cards under it. So you take your thumb, put it here, pivot away, and pivot it up to show. And now, in order to do the split, you're going to be doing a variation on the visual retention switch. So essentially what it should look like is you're just throwing the 3 to your other hand like this, but in reality you're going to be throwing these 2 cards that are on the top of the deck. So as you throw these 2 cards, you're going to drag your thumb down so that the 3 lands on top of the deck, and you're going to catch these 2 in your other hand. It's a little bit knacky at first, but this is what it looks like from an exposed view. Pivot the card up, and then you pivot it back down as you catch the 2 cards in your other hand. From the spectator's point of view, it would look something like this. You catch these 2 cards, showing it split, essentially. And that is the first phase of the routine. So once you're in this position, you're ready to start the second phase of split. You're going to have the 2 and the ace in one hand and the 3 on top of the deck facing away from the spectator. Now you're going to slowly turn back towards them, and as you do, you're going to deposit these 2 cards on top of the deck, effectively hiding the 3. And once you're here, you're going to take the 3 cards in kind of a biddle grip, if you will, and drag off the ace on top of the deck, and then side jog the 2 next to it. Now this, of course, is a double of the 2 and the 3. And once you're here, all you have to do to reform the cards is simply take the 2, turn it over on top of the ace, snap your fingers or do some other overused magical gesture, and then turn over the 3. Now it looks like the other 2 cards are gone to the spectator, but really they're just here face to face. And that's the first reformation. Alright, now we're moving on to the third phase, which is the second split. All you have to do here is a very, very simple variation on the paintbrush change. Instead of using 2 cards, you're simply going to be using 3. So you're going to get a break under those top 3 cards under the deck, and you're going to execute the paintbrush change. If you don't know how to do it, I'll go over it very quickly. You're going to take your index, middle, and thumb, grab here towards the bottom corner, and act like you're going to turn it over, but instead you're going to block push off these top 2 cards so that they fall on the deck like that, revealing that the ace and the 2 have split. We'll go over that once again with a little bit of extra technique here. You're also going to want to turn slightly away from the spectator as you do the split, so it really looks like the card has split into 2 and they don't see this 3 kind of falling on the deck like that. So that is the second split. So for the final phase of split, you should be in this position. You have the 2 and the ace face up with the 3 face down on top of the pack. Now what you're going to do is you're going to thumb off the top card into your other hand and show them front and back. As you do that, you're going to get a break under the 3. You can do a pinky count, a push off, whatever move suits you best. Then you're going to deposit these 2 cards back on top of the deck and move all 3 of them over as one packet, side jog them like this and hold them with your thumb. And your non-deck holding hand's going to do kind of an awkward move. You're going to come under like this as if you were doing an overhand shuffle and grab a packet of 3 cards just like this. And you're going to thumb off the 2 on top of the deck, and as you do that you're going to rotate your other hand up just like this. So once again, you have this packet here, you come under, you thumb off, and as you do you rotate. So you're showing the ace and the 2 now, and all you have to do to reform the cards and complete the routine is drop the ace and the 3 on top of the deck just like this. And you kind of want it to land flush. That wasn't a good example, so let me do that again. Ace and the 2. If you get them to land flush just like that, it can be a pretty visual ending to the routine. So now that we've learned all 4 phases, let's put them all together. Alright, so let's put all 4 of those phases together. You're going to start with the ace, 2, and 3 on top once again. And here's what it should look like. You're going to get a triple lift, making sure to keep a break under the 3. As you turn away, you're going to pivot the 3 up, and then you're going to do the variation on the visual retention change, which looks something like that. As you turn back, you deposit those 2 cards back on top of the deck, thumb off the top card, turn over the double, snap your fingers or do some other overused gesture, and then turn over the single just like that. Now once you're here, you're going to do the variation on the paintbrush change. So you're going to slightly turn away from the spectator, execute the change, and show that the 2 cards have once again split. And as you're showing the 2 cards, you catch a break under the top card over here. You thumb these 2 cards back on top, you side jog them, you pretend like you're doing the overhand shuffle, get these 2 cards separated, and throw the card back down on top of the deck to complete the routine. And that is split. So guys, that was the tutorial for split. I really hope you enjoyed, and once again I want to say thank you to Pigcake for letting me be on his channel and do this tutorial. If you like the cards that I used in the video, you can buy them from any authorized Murphy's Magic dealer, and if you like what you saw of me, you can follow me on Instagram at DKMAGICIAN. All the links are in the description down below. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.
Hey there guys, Piggy here. As he said, you could find all the links in the description below, so if you want to give him some love, go ahead and click on those in your respected electronic devices. When I see you again, when I see you again, when I see you again.